Hello and welcome on back, everybody. I've got some more New World PvP gameplay for you guys today. I've been having an absolute blast continuing to play my Firestaff Rapier build. There's a link to the build down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. And some exciting news before we get started here. The New World website is up. Go to pvpnewworld.com. We've got all the weapon masteries on there. I'm going to be adding an item trait list as well as a weapon tier list in the near future. And of course, we're going to be having builds on this site. I'll be adding this build to the website as soon as the beta is done. I want to get as much gameplay as possible. But without further ado, let's get into that PvP commentary. So, as you guys can see, we had just exited the keep to chase a yellow player there, and he actually was bait, and he had a bunch of buddies waiting outside the keep for us, so we just kind of retreated back to the rocks, and these guys start hammering us right away. We're just going to use the double roll there into the potion just to break a little bit of distance. They've got a guy with a rifle kind of shooting at us. Throw the fireball on the ground. Unfortunately, we missed that. Go into the teleport, though, and we get good burn damage on one of the players there. He heals up right away, though. He starts going for the regen potion, I believe. We go for the gap close through him into that heavy attack. We actually hit him on the block there, and we drop his block, just kind of dodging around the enemy hammer player here, staying as mobile as we can, and we managed to get on top of him with the rapier there. Go for the heavy attack into the Tondo bleed. A little bit of range on that bleed allows us to finish off the down player. We get a nice fireball there. This guy's so close to dead. There's the dots, I think, actually taking him down. And we hit him with the last fireball. He goes down too. And we right away gap close into the next player here. Just start putting the pressure in. The guy with the rifle, he's trying his best to shoot us, but we're at really close range. There he finally pulls out the hammer. Hits us with a stun. We're just going to roll out of that. Hits us with another stun there, but we got the Firestaff teleport ready. I angled that pretty bad, though. We didn't hit anybody with it. And now we're a little bit low on mana. I go for the gap close through the first player. We get behind the hammer player there, hit him with the backstab. Unfortunately, it's not enough to kill him. We go again as he's swinging, and oh man, you gotta time your swings. We're just able to easily walk in and get the kill there. The teleport, as he stuns us, still hits him and applies the fire dot. We take down all four of them just like that. I head out further into the field here. We've got another player, or maybe one of the ones from earlier that's respawned, and we just jump on him right away, feed him some of that rapier attack from behind. He actually takes quite a bit of damage from that backstab. We go for, again, that heavy attack into the evade to swivel behind him, and we're just taking big chunks out of this guy. He's definitely playing a bulkier build, and we managed to finish him off. But the enemy spear player actually putting quite a lot of damage into us there. We just go for a couple rolls, go for the Firestaff teleport. He actually pokes us right as we go through him. And then we get a good teleport through him into the backstab, but he turns and hits us with a nasty counter stun. And we're forced to back out. We do a good dodge on his javelin, and he's just trying to feed us pokes here. It's very tough, I think, with the rapier to engage against a spear player because they do a really good job just kind of zoning you out. The hammer, I find it's a little easier to get around. The spear player, you got to really watch out. If you get too close, they'll hit you with a lot of damage. And we just decide to back it up. I think this was the right call, just to kind of feed him the Firestaff at a medium distance like that. And he doesn't have a good answer to it, and he goes down. Let me do a little bit more traveling around here. We run into, I believe, this same axe guy here, and we are in a war zone, my friend. We're not going to give him any mercy. He's trying to run towards the keep, going for his gap closer. We're just going to stay on top of him, using the roll to try to catch up a little bit there. Try to feed him a few light attacks, but as you guys can see, my accuracy is always amazing, so we're just going to miss pretty much all of those. Very low on Magicka here, but we managed to catch up using the roll. Go for the rapier gap close. Unfortunately, we don't get a good backstab at all. Then we finally have enough mana for that last gap closer. We do nick him with it, so he's got the bleed and the burn on him. The Tondo is ready again, and we've got someone shooting at us with the rifle as we connect that last heavy attack. I really like leading the rapier attacks with that heavy into the evade and then the second light attack poke. You get a good amount of lunge with the heavy, and it does a lot of damage if you hit someone with that combo. And as you guys can see, it's the same spear guy from earlier. He starts throwing spears at us. And from that first fight, I definitely learned that the way to fight this guy is to just keep him at a distance and use our ranged attacks, not necessarily go too close. We get good damage with the Firestaff there, and we get the bleed off the rapier. and he just finds himself in kind of an awkward distance from us, and we bring him down. One more player here with the rifle. This guy's running inside. We're going to use our speed just to kind of catch up to him. You can see the light attacks just kind of taking chunks out of him, and there's the last one, the poke, to finish him off. And now we've got one last player left on the flag here, and would you look at it, he's running a Firestaff Rapier build, and he's got a lot of damage too. His light attack's taking big chunks out of us, but we're also hitting him really hard too, so it's just a matter of, I guess, who lands that nice combo first. And you can see he goes for the fireball. Good damage on us. We hit him with the gap closer though. Nasty damage from that bleed. We get him with the next gap closer as well, and he tries to back it up. I go for the heavy into the light. He hits us with the riposte, and a couple more players come in just to put a bit of pressure here. We do manage to get that last poke in to finish him off though. And now moving on to our next fight, I've actually got a little bit of a 2vx with my brother, who's also been playing a little bit of New World, and, you know, he's not really into MMOs, so the fact that he likes this game, I think, says a lot about how good or bad the game is. Anyway, we were doing a little bit of skirmishing. This was actually, I think, before we were in the keep, when we were fighting our way in. And as you guys could see, there's a bunch of yellow players just outside here, just kind of fencing with us. We get the first kill on that guy, just feeding him the ranged attacks, but I'm very low on mana. We can use our regen potion to get a bit of mana back, but honestly, not really worth it here. The second guy went down pretty fast, and the third guy just ended up taking off. So we're just going to keep pushing on in here. An axe guy comes from the side here. We go for our Firestaff teleport through him right away, and then we start feeding him the light attack into the heavy with the fireball. And there you see a beautiful gap closer into the backstab. Look at all these projectiles. Nobody's hitting me. Everybody is shooting, but I didn't get hit once by that. And we managed to break a little bit of distance into the keep here. And now we're going to head upstairs, and we're going to deal with the guys that were shooting at me from up top. The first one jumps down. He's got the great axe. We go for the Firestaff teleport through him. He takes a ton of damage. Look at this. The dot dropping him just even past half health. The next player dropping down, and we just feed him a massive rapier combo. There's the heavy attack to finish off the hammer bro there. And we're just going to throw a couple light attacks into this guy. My brother hits him with a nasty stun off the spear. The spear has some serious burst damage. And that's how we actually ended up taking the keep initially, but I hope you guys aren't mad that we led with the other clip instead. Now moving on to our final clip here, it's actually just a little bit of defensive gameplay, and this was an awesome clip because we were getting pretty heavily zerged by the purple. I had actually gone for a faction change a little bit later on with my brother because there are so many purple on our server, and we wanted to experience that zerg. And as you guys can see, they are chasing me hard here. We get hit with the immobilize and everything. Purple going for heavy damage. We've got a bunch of players on my brother as well. We go for a nice gap close through everybody. I like using the gap close through players, especially when we're heavily outnumbered, just forcing everyone to turn around. Sometimes they'll take steps in the wrong direction as well if they don't turn fast enough. And I just kind of feed the fireball there, get behind this guy, some nice backstab damage on the enemy healer there. Unfortunately, he responds right away, and everybody quickly turns and attacks. We go for another Firestaff teleport through everybody, and we break a little bit more distance. And I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of this clip here as we say our goodbyes. All I really want to say about this build is that it is absolutely amazing at small scale and solo PvP combat. I mean, I don't know if there's a better build out there. It's got the speed, it's got the damage, and that's pretty much all that you want when you're playing like this. We feature the top 5 battles for ESO, and I'm hoping to do some top 5 battles for New World as well. If you guys have clips from either game that you love and you want to have featured on the channel, you can send that to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Be sure to check out my website, KristoferESO.com, for all of your ESO needs, and PvPNewWorld.com for all of those New World needs. You can give me a follow on Twitter to keep up to date with me. Follow me on Twitch if you guys want to catch that live gameplay. We are sponsored by What the Fast, a VPN for gamers. They're free to try for the first month. A link down below for you guys. And a massive thank you and shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. Without you guys, I couldn't do this job, so thank you so much everyone for supporting. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching as always. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a great night, everyone.